And welcome into the garage. Today doing a little bit of a kind of a review of Kevin Harvick's Jimmy John's Ford Fusion Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series model kit. That is a mouthful. I dare you to say that 3 times fast after you have taken a couple of shots. Now just doing a real quick review video. I'm going to interject my opinion. I don't really do that very often. I'm going to inject my opinion today. Anyway, so I finished this one up within the last week, a couple days ago, 3-4 days ago maybe, something like that. First I think I had fun building it. No issues really. Well, a couple of issues, small issues, but no real build issues that make you want to throw it across the room or anything, or nothing that makes you want to cuss out loud. Or it was a pleasure to build, easy to. I mean, no issues really. Fit wise or anything, everything fit good. There was again nothing to bitch about on the actual building part of the kit, which is a surprise because it's a Revell kit, so you know I was shocked. This really is reminiscent of the Revellogram NASCAR kits from the 90s. It's just good kits. Anyways, moving on to the kit itself, pretty much an out-of-box build. Paint-wise, if you really care, I used Tamiya black and Tamiya white with a coat of Tamiya clear for the paint. Pain in the ass paint job to mask for, I'll tell you that. Pain in the ass. But I managed to get it, and it looks halfway decent. I did add a couple of things that are missing that Revell likes to keep, that Revell keeps omitting. First off, it will be the front splitter. For whatever reason, Revell just cannot do the front splitter. It's right there. Some sheet plastic, and a couple minutes later you have a splitter. I swapped out the kit tires for the set of tires from the Snap kit. The kit tires are just complete and utter shit. I don't really care what Revell's box art builder says, and you can put lipstick on a pig and it still looks like it's still going to be a pig. You can put decals on the tires, they still look like shit. So I used the Snap kit tires. The kit wheels are fine. They fit perfectly into the Snap kit tires. I need to measure. I want to measure the wheels. I think the wheels might be a tad undersized. The tires are dramatically oversized, so there's a Revell just cannot get the tires and wheels right no matter what. So I need to measure the wheels just for my own curiosity. They should be 15.5. So wait, one of these days, if I ever get around to measuring the wheels, I'll find out. Out back here, I added a thinner plastic, the shark fin. It was fine until I started doing the video and I bumped it, so now it fell off. But I added the shark fin, thinner plastic, and then I added the rear bumper camera pod. That's right there, and the splitter fell off, or the shark fin fell off. Anyways, keep calling it a splitter. It's a shark fin. Kit decals were used. They were pretty decent decals, to be honest. Not top of the line, not great decals, but not horrible either. I've had worse, I've had better. Decent decals. They reacted really good to decal setting solution. So, real pleasure to use those, to be honest. I did print out decals for the Busch Beer, the Goodyear tire decal, just on the top, because those obviously are missing from the kit. I do believe some of the decals are a little bit undersized, to be honest. I think the contingency decals are just a hair undersized. I mean, I'm not talking a big difference, just a little bit. And I think the number 4, the number decals, the numbers are a little bit undersized as well. Just a hair, though. I mean, I'm not talking anything great. They just seem to be just a tad undersized. And I could be completely wrong too. It could be just my imagination. On the inside here, starting with the top part there, I added the fuel lines, both the fuel line and the return fuel line. The cars run both. Revell had one molded. They had one fuel line molded in, so I removed that and added the two. I swapped out the kit seat for the seats from the previous NASCAR kits, and I added the jack bolts back here to adjust the wedge, and the track bar to adjust the track bar, which is not necessary because the Cup cars now have the drivers can adjust the track bar from the cockpit. So the only reason why I added it is because Revell included the hole on the rear window, so that is why I added it. So those are some of the things I did. Everything else with the kit is going to be box stock. Paint on the chassis is SEM Pro Max chassis gray, part number 61113. I used a lot of metallizer on the engine and stuff. That's kind of, if you notice, the metallizer stuff likes to rub off real easily, too much handling, so that's kind of a little bit of why you see some white there on the exhaust. But again, overall, I think Revell did a bang-up job capturing the look of the COT/Gen 6 chassis. It's pretty damn close to being accurate from what I'm able to see. What I've oh, one other thing. Speaking of the chassis, I added a missing roll bar. This little roll bar, this roll bar right there. That roll bar I added. It is missing from the kit too. So, but anyways, the chassis, other than the missing roll bar, I think Revell did a good job on the chassis. It's really accurate from what I can tell today. It's so, NASCAR teams are so secretive nowadays. It's very hard to get a look at chassis and stuff. So, scouring the internet to find good pictures of the chassis. So everything that I've seen and stuff, it looks close to being accurate. So that's a plus there. Engine-wise, engine looks good too. I would love to tell you that it's a Ford engine, but I can't. Or I could tell you it's a Chevy engine. I believe they are doing the Revell is saving some money on the tooling, and they're going to be using the same engine in the Ford and the Chevy kits that are going to be coming out in October. So just the top side of the engine is going to be different. Everything else, block, heads, oil pan, everything else is going to be the same. So I'm not sure if it's the Chevy block they're using, the Ford block. I'm leaning with the Ford block. Since the Ford kit came out first, I'm just going to lean with the Ford. It's a FR9 block. And that the engine's good. Overall, it's a really good kit. It reminds me of the NASCAR kits from the mid-90s from Revellogram. I absolutely love building those kits. That's pretty much all I built in the mid-90s as a team was Revellogram NASCAR kits. It kind of brings me back to that time period of building those kits. But I think these are just, I don't want to say they're better, they're just current from those. I mean, it's basically the same, because those are really good kits from that era. Those mid-90s kits were really good kits. I think these are on par with those kits, better in a couple of ways. So these really good kits, worth the money. Like I said, I would give it an 8 overall, which is really hard for me to say for a Revell kit. But a couple issues I want to point out. Obviously, the tires was the first one. The ride height out of the box sucks donkey balls. The rear end's jacked up. And the front's a little bit too high too. So to have a decent looking model kit, you're going to need you want to pay attention and lower the ride height. Also, there's some little bit of pokey. The tires stick out too much, so you're going to want to bring those in a little bit. How you do it is up to you, because there's many different ways to do it. So, but those are some of the areas those are the only areas that really need. Those are the ones that need to be looked at, and everything else is fine. So, really, that's about it. This is a good kit. I'm looking forward to building the rest that I have. Thanks for watching, guys.